put your phone down. Is that an important call?
No, it's something about my bike insurance. I don't know what they're on about.
Right.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome. This is an ambitious podcast. It's the only marketing podcast on the planet that has a happy Monday on it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Wish you all a happy Monday if it is a Monday.
If it is, yeah, well, it could be any day.
Well, there you
happy
go.
Wednesday.
But it's an happy Monday anyway.
It is, yeah, always. Our ambition today is to grow our following, so do us a favour and like and subscribe. That'd be lovely. Why is it ambitious? Because it's a marketing podcast with Bez, which is an ambitious thing in itself. We won't require hours of your time, and we are talking about ambition, the most ambitious brands and the most ambitious marketers that run them. In this episode, we're talking to Charlotte Lord, who is the head of brand and marketing at Chester Zoo, previously head of marketing at Beaverbrooks. But first, Bez, you've got a really funny zoo story about monkeys.
Well, you know what? It weren't actually. I was blaming it on Chester Zoo, so I was telling this story earlier.
Yeah.
And I realised it weren't Chester Zoo, it was Knowsley Safari Park. And there they got particularly naughty monkeys anyway.
All monkeys are naughty.
Yeah, oh, this one was really naughty. So we ripped the car aerial off and started doing unspeakable things on the bonnet in front of everybody in the family.
That's not what you want to see. In your safari
Not
trip.
on the family day out anyway, you know what I mean?
we can't stop them. Can't stop nature.
No.
Exactly. That's a sanitised version of that story.
Yeah.
I told half an hour ago.
Well, I thought, you know what, I didn't want to shock everybody on this.
Cool. So welcome, Charlotte. Thanks for coming along.
Thank you for having me.
Did you think you'd ever be on a podcast with Bez?
No, I did not.
But
Although
we have lived next door and
We
almost
have.
to each other, but we've just found out.
Oh.
Because we both lived in the Glossop area.
we did
The
adjacent villages.
old
Bez was in the posh bit.
01457.
Right.
I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
up the hill, she was down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was in the posh
Imagine.
bit. I was in the dodgy bit. Yeah.
So to kick off, Charlotte, what does ambition mean to you?
I think for me, when growing up, ambition was always about this kind of destination that you were trying to hit. And I remember feeling like this massive pressure for, right, I've got to be the top of the tree. I've got to kind of work my way up this career ladder. I've got to do it really fast, faster than everybody else. And I think that was just kind of like the culture in the 90s, wasn't it? And I was at school through all of that time. But that just never really resonated with me. Well, all I ever really wanted was to just do the best job that I could do at any kind of given thing at that time, or anything that I was choosing to do or that I was enjoying to do. And that's kind of served me pretty well, to be honest with you.
Could you give us a potted tour of your career today?
Yes. Moved to Manchester or Manchester area, Glossop and Hadfield. There you go. It's not quite Manchester, is it? But yeah, about 24 years ago.
Wow, okay.
So started off in agency world, actually. So kind of worked at a couple of agencies, mostly BJL for 8 years in the centre of Manchester on Key Street. So I spent my 20s doing the agency scene, which was an amazing place to be when you're kind of, young and getting stuck into work in your career, and all the kind of fun and I guess social scene and stuff that comes with that was really great. And just met loads of really inspirational people, whether it's like the planners, strategy planners, or whether it's kind of the creative people. So it's a great place, I think, when you to start out your career in agencies, just to give you that kind of breadth of experience. And then didn't stop there. So then that's just literally part one.
Unemployed for 12 years.
Well, that's it. Yeah. So I think I got to a point that I wanted to kind of delve deeper into a business and understand more. So around that time, Beaverbrooks became a client of mine at BJL. So got to know the team there pretty well. And then an opportunity kind of came up to move over client side, and I took that. So and then I started my client side journey. So I was there for about 12 years in all, and worked my way up kind of through the ranks. So started off as a brand manager, and then worked my way up to head of marketing. I think what that gave me was I'd got a really good grounding in kind of advertising, marketing, agency side, but I really learnt business at Beaverbrooks. So it was all around kind of really showing that kind of commercial impact of marketing and advertising and the things that we were doing. I mean, there's not many kind of Northwest-based retail businesses, consumer-facing, obviously, diamonds,
Yeah.
watches. It was amazing. It felt like it was a real privilege to work there. But equally, I spent quite a bit of time building up the Beaverbrooks brand there with the team that I work with, and kind of having that balance of that short term kind of buzz of the sales driving now, but also that long term view and contributing to the business's long term growth. That was really exciting as well, and went through some real milestones with the business. So it was their centenary when I was there. So the business was originated in 1919. So I celebrated their centenary with them, and we made a lot of that. Went through COVID. That was a tough time, obviously, for every business, wasn't it? Built up a team, launched a new retail brand, and I was just lucky to go on this great sort of journey of growth with them.
So it must be like a huge culture shock. I imagine Chester Zoo is incredibly different to Beaver.
Both to Beaverbrooks, gold and diamonds.
Yeah, that's it. Diamonds to monkeys.
Yeah.
It's a bit
naughty chimps.
naughty chimps. Yeah. So it is in lots of ways. Although it always amazes me how transferable all these skills are that we kind of learn, and how something that you learn kind of over here can feel completely unrelated, but it can really benefit and add value in another way. So
did it feel like a huge leap to?
Yeah. And I think Chester Zoo, it is for anyone that's kind of grown up within 90 minutes of the zoo, spent time there as a kid. It's definitely a brand and a company that sits with you, isn't it? And the newness of the challenge was something that just felt really interesting. So I thought, why not kind of go and explore what that could look like? And
So what sort of marketing campaigns do you run at the zoo then? What sort of things you're looking at?
Well, we got a TV ad actually that we're working on just now with these guys.
Nice, yeah.
So that's coming.
Over there, the
Yeah.
All kicking off.
Good
It
choice.
is.
Yeah,
good
I'm
choice.
actually really
That's
stressed
absolutely.
right now for what's going on. I can't see happening.
Yeah, exactly. So that's launching in March. So we'll do a lot of kind of, so TV, which is about keeping Chester Zoo on the radar of everybody. Because there are a lot of attractions that people can go to around the Northwest, aren't there now?
What's been your biggest achievement, would you say, today in your varied career? You've worked with some like big brands. What's your proudest?
At Beaverbrooks, one of the things that just is stand out for me was the opportunity to launch a new retail jeweller, basically onto the high street. We were literally starting from scratch, introducing a new premium retailer into the market. We knew it wasn't going to be Beaverbrooks, but it needed to be named and developed. So literally I was on that journey from scratch, defining the kind of where it needs to be positioned, who it was going to appeal to, and then literally naming through to store design, through to packaging design, product strategy, all those kind of things I was involved in. And I was super proud to be part of that. And then the brand that was realised was so true to where we'd started out.
Yeah.
And again, that's not something that happens very often,
No,
is it?
of course not. No,
So I think that's probably the biggest achievement, I would say. But loads more to come, I'm hoping.
Yeah,
as well.
fingers crossed.
Yeah, definitely.
And conversely, has there been anything that you've attempted and just hasn't worked out, like glorious failures?
Yeah, definitely lots of failures, I would say, along the way. As I think we all have, hopefully.
Yeah.
We can put our hands up and say we've all got right. But
No,
no, I remember, not you, no. Any failures, guys?
Well, like I say, I'm failing every day mate, in some form or
do,
other.
you do.
You learn from your failures,
Yeah, well,
though,
that's
don't you,
you know what a man with no failure. Well, you're not going to learn anything.
Yeah,
are you?
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. There's one that particularly sticks in my mind, which was I just remember kind of coming in to host this Christmas workshop, and I think I probably was at a point where I thought I knew it all. Went in to kind of really shake up Christmas, all the kind of big people, I suppose, at Beaverbrooks around the table, and it just flopped. The whole workshop flopped. It was just, everyone was looking at me just who is this woman? She doesn't understand us at all. And it was a bit mortifying, to be honest with you.
What did you learn from that?
I think the major thing was just it's that importance of having respect, I think, for the colleagues and the people that you work alongside, and just really putting the time in to understand them first and foremost, and what their goals are. Yeah, it taught me a lot probably around that collaboration side, I think. There is one other catastrophic failure also, which is my attempt at a French accent, which failed me terribly.
Can we hear it?
No, I will tell the story. No, I'll tell the story and then you'll hear it in that sense. So there was this, again, quite early on in that career, I had a new contact at one of the brands that we were bringing in to stock at Beaverbrook's. They needed to make a really good first impression.
Yeah. I have no idea where this is going.
The guy happened to be French. And have you heard that thing about that kind of non-verbal thing that people do, which is, I think, like a strategy to mirror people? So, like, it helps people feel really at home if you kind of mirror.
Well, when I go back to the Midlands, my accent changes.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, and can I say something in your defence? I don't know what you're going to say first of all, but I find when you're in France, if you speak English with a French accent, they understand you better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right?
pass me the butter. Right.
Yeah, so best. You will literally make me feel so much better about this already. So anyway, so the first time I speak to this guy, so the guy's French, so I think, right, I need to make a good impression. Pick up the phone to have a conversation with him, and I literally just went into a full-blown French accent. I was like, bonjour. Yeah. You speak Francais? Or something. I was like, oui, oui. I just can't even remember what I said. It was just awful.
So you've got, like, obviously sort of big plans of, like, working with you on Chester Zoo. How do you keep the team ambitious? And, you know, like with launching the brand within Beaverbrook's, how do you keep everyone driven?
I think when it comes to ambition in a business, that's something that I actually really connect with, and I think a team really need to kind of galvanise and get that energy behind everything that we're doing. I think it's providing that real clarity and direction that everybody can feel like they get behind and that their role then connects to and they're working towards. And fun, probably. Fun along the way too.
It's
and
nice
again,
to have a bit of fun along the way.
Oh yeah. Definitely, you'll know about that.
Yeah, well, I like a good laugh.
Yeah, you do. It needs to be, doesn't it? Like we've said, it's kind of, you spend a lot of time with these people, and yeah, you want it to be fun.
Yeah. So, what is the goal for Chester Zoo? What's the aim? What's Shangri-La?
Well, I think right now, look, I think we are we've got a great reputation as a zoo. Like I said, we hit a record last year in terms of visitor numbers, which is incredible, and not least because all of that visitation, all of that income that's driven by that, does this incredibly important job of fueling the conservation part of the business and the difference that we're able to do there. I think we're kind of hurtling towards our own centenary, actually. That's in 2031. The zoo will be 100 years old, which is mad. And we've got 6 really key strategic pillars for the conservation side, but we can't deliver those if we haven't got the kind of the income coming in to be able to fuel them and do them. So everything that we do almost works towards ultimately that kind of mission and, I guess, guiding light of preventing extinction and creating a future where nature and life as a whole, I suppose, can survive and thrive. So that's what guides everything. To do that, we need to be continually growing the number of people that we bring in to the zoo.
And where do you look to, besides the public, what other people are making charity donations to you? Like the National Lottery do. So
we're a complete not-for-profit, so the income that we make through people coming and visiting the attraction goes straight back into the conservation, so that's where a large amount of that comes from. We just opened a hotel last year as well called The Reserve. We do have some really generous corporate partners as well that kind of support us, and then absolutely we'll other streams, donation streams will be things like adoptions. We have Run for Nature, so a couple of 10k races each year, for example, that help us with that fundraising side as well. We have also our membership schemes, so that's like 167,000 people that are members of the zoo that are contributing, each time they visit, but with their memberships. Then some of those will go on to become patrons of the zoo and donate in bigger ways. And also we're really lucky that some people feel such a connection with the zoo that they'll leave legacy gifts for us that then give them a lasting kind of connection.
The demand for the conservation side of the business, is that driving what the business does in terms of diversifying, like the hotel
absolutely.
And everything?
Yeah, the two are 100% linked because we need that income to be able to do the jobs that we need to do. So you talked about kind of the ambition for the zoo. I think the goal is to continue to grow all of that to then ultimately be able to give back more, and that is what drives everybody within and unites everybody that works at the zoo. This is our ultimate goal that we're working to here, our ultimate kind of ambition. Again, going back to what motivates the team, nothing like that kind of really clear purpose for giving everyone that role satisfaction and value in what they're doing.
Sorry, Bez, did you have a
Right,
question?
Well, I've got one question. I've got a question for everybody who's sat on that stage.
Right, okay.
And this one, Charlotte. Charlotte, how can we leverage our synergy with our audience to create a paradigm shift in this vertical? So are we going up or are we going down in this vertical?
Well, going up.
Right.
We have to go up.
Yeah.
Okay, I know how to answer it, but okay, so synergy for me means connection. So our connection, so the thing that connects us and our audience is this absolute kind of love and passion for animals and nature and wildlife, right?
Right, I love that.
So if we can use that to take what is a great day out at Chester Zoo to be more of a conservation experience, then we can turn every act that happens at Chester Zoo into an act of giving back and growing the conservation side of the business.
That
overall.
is such
So
a
there you
lovely
go.
answer. That is
a
the
lovely
best answer I've had to one of my
Is it?
questions. Honestly, you smashed that answer out there. But
Do you have a question, an equally convoluted question for Bez, Charlotte?
What's your favourite animal then, Bez?
you know what? I got to say, my dachshunds are.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, no, me, because I love them so much. I can't believe the love I got for these two little hounds. You know.
How long have you had them and what are they
Well,
called?
we got the first one. She's almost 6,
Yeah,
and Snoop's 5.
yeah.
And we've had them that long, you know what I mean? And they're just the most, honestly, the pleasure I get out of them, I can't tell you know, what they mean to me.
They're special, aren't they,
Yeah,
dogs?
they're
They're like
special.
kids. They become like children. I
Yeah.
think. So do you think you make a good zookeeper then?
Well, I'd love going to the zoo, and I love animals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Beekeeping experience.
Yeah. But the only thing
Yeah.
I might struggle with is, like, because I've mucked out before, you know what I mean? And some of them bigger animals, they do big poops, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
They're like giant
Yeah.
sized poops, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's true. You do have to get dirty. And what? And are you good with early mornings?
I love early morning.
Oh, well, that's good then.
You
You have to be in pretty early.
Because the thing is, because I'm at 62 now.
Yeah.
So I've got no other choice but to like early mornings. I'm lucky to get 6 hours kip and I'm up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
So my favourite time of the day is like that first thing in the morning when nobody's up, just as the sun's coming up and you're having your first coffee. And you
Yeah.
go sliding across the kitchen floor, you know, having that first dance of the day.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. I know. I get that.
What a
I
vision.
get that.
On that, thank you for watching. Thank you, Charlotte.
Nice one,
Welcome.
Charlotte.
Thank
This
you.
is an ambitious podcast. Thank you very much.
Like and subscribe. Ambitious Podcast. Ciao for now.